Hello, welcome to your practice. Today we're going to do some chair yoga. So we're going to use the chair for support. We're going to explore and create space in our bodies and just bring in some gentle relaxation, some engagement and strength for the legs and the pelvic floor. So I'll invite you now to come and sit on your chair in a comfortable way. You'll want to have your feet quite wide just so you can really create that stable base for yourself. And maybe take your back away from the chair if it's comfortable, just so that you have got some support through your core and we're taking a little bit of work into that area of the body. Once you're set up and comfortable, softly close your eyes and start to bring your focus internal. We'll do that by focusing on the breath. And without any judgment or any changes, just noticing how your breath feels today. And then let's gently check in with the body. We'll take a scan from the tips of the toes all the way to the top of the head. And as we do this, we're checking in, noticing any aches or pains, noticing what feels good, noticing the softness, noticing the tension, acknowledging that this is all part of you and that it's all welcome here. No need to hide yourself, no need to strive for some unachievable perfection. Taking this time to really sit with you. And now we'll begin to deepen our breath. So I'll invite you to bring your hands onto your lower ribs and really make sure that you are comfortable in the way that you're sitting. It'll be beneficial if you can really feel your sit bones pressing into the chair and you can feel your feet on the ground. We do this to ground ourselves, to connect ourselves with the earth, and to allow our breath to flow freely. So we'll take an inhale now, and as we do that, imagine the rib cage expanding into your hands. And then as you exhale, imagine the ribs moving back towards each other. Taking your time to find that breath. And once you feel comfortable, we'll bring a simple count to each breath. So let's work with an inhale for a count of 4 and an exhale for a count of 4. If this feels too much, if you feel like you're having to strain your breath or you feel as though it's just making you feel out of breath, then you can bring it down to a 3 or a 2, whatever feels right for you. So we'll just clear our space by taking a big deep inhale now. And then exhale fully through the mouth. And let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 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 Allow your own breath to return. Softly release your hands. And when it feels good, you can gently open your eyes. Let's introduce a little bit of movement to the body now. So we're going to bring some curves into the spine, and we'll do that just by thinking about tucking the tailbone underneath us and closing off the shoulders. And we're going to do that on an exhale. Then as we inhale, we're going to really press into the feet and think about taking the spine in the opposite direction. So if you're familiar with cat and cow, it's like that, but we're doing it seated. And if we take the feet wide enough, we can offer a bit of stretch and expansion into the inner thighs, which can become really tight in our bodies. So moving through on your own breath, really finding that grounding into the feet. We'll go for one more round. And then coming back to the centre. Thinking about your head being attached to a piece of string that's attached to the ceiling, so you've really got this support here through the whole spine. We're going to come into some little circles which will help make space in the pelvis too. So we're going to move to one side and we're going to try and move the whole torso round. So we're really inviting in those curves and extensions that we had in cat-cow, but we've also got a bit of a forward lean. This can feel really nice if you've got any sort of pelvic pain going on, any tension in the pelvic floor, if you've got any sort of tight glutes, sciatica. This can be a really nice thing to do because that movement can help dissipate some of that tension, which creates the pain. So staying with the breath, moving within the range that feels right for you. So remembering that this is your body and your practice, and you want to move in the ways that feel good for you with no expectation to be like anyone else. Come through the centre and we go to the other side. Moving through. And whilst we're doing this, let's check in if this side is any different from the first side. We're noticing this without judgment, accepting that we're not completely symmetrical. Things will feel different from one side to the other. That's part of being human, and it's okay. Once more, all the way around, and then coming back to the centre. Let's introduce a little bit of movement now just to support the sides of the body and into the lower back, which can also become really tight. So you're going to lean onto the back of your chair for a bit of support. If you're on a stool and you don't have anything to lean on, you can just bring your hand down onto the seat of the stool. But if you've got something to lean on, it can feel really nice for this part of the chest down into the shoulder blade at the back as well. We're going to take an inhale and reach the opposite arm all the way up. So we've got some length through the side body here. And if it feels good, we can take that arm up over the head, bend at the elbow, and just get into a nice deep stretch. If this is causing any pain into this side of the body, back off a little. Be mindful not to really sink down and crunch into your abdomen, making space in this practice rather than closing off. One more breath here, relax jaw, and then coming back to the centre. We'll take an inhale and then set ourselves up on the opposite side. Exhale, coming into our little twist and lean. Offering some space all down this side of the body. And then coming back to the centre. Now we're going to take one of the legs, we're going to bend it in. We're going to turn that foot out and bring it onto the opposite thigh. Now you might have to shuffle about with your foot placement and things, and that's perfectly okay. Do what feels right for you. And we're just going to manually work into the ankles. So sitting up nice and tall, we've got support here for the lower leg, and we're just using the hand to guide the foot round in a circle. This can be really nice as the calves and the ankles can get a little bit swollen, can find some stiffness in there. So a little bit of manual work, a little bit of massage for yourself. And then we go the opposite way. Coordinating the breath with the movement, staying connected to yourself. Good, well done. And we'll just offer a little bit of a deeper stretch by pushing onto the top or the ball of the foot even, so that the foot becomes flexed. And you can offer a little bit of resistance here to stop that knee from shooting out to the other side. And then we'll go the other way. So just offering a little bit of resistance, nice and gentle, don't be too forceful here. Really good, well done. You might have to shift your bottom foot around just to allow space for this next movement. Being really mindful here, if there is pelvic pain going on then and you're feeling any extra aches or pains here, this might not be the right movement for you right now. So maybe you just want to stay seated upright if that feels okay. Maybe you want to cradle this leg just to offer a little bit more support. If it feels good and you want to move into a deeper stretch for the deep six rotators here, you can bring yourself forward and just breathe. If you like, you can offer a bit of weight down through that knee just by resting the forearm. I'm not pushing, I'm just resting the forearm here, and that's giving a little bit more depth to the stretch. Slowly coming back to the centre. Let's bring that leg down. We're going to extend it forward so it comes to rest on the heel, and just take another hinge at the hips. So you should have plenty of space here for bump. If you need to move this leg out, then do it. And we're just coming down to get a little bit of a stretch in the hamstring. Knee can be softly bent. Breathing into the pelvis. And then we come back to the centre. Let's take all of that on the other side. So taking the other leg in, we start off with some rotations for the foot, and we're really allowing the hand to support us here. So we're just offering that little bit of self-massage, a little bit of manual work in. And then go in the opposite direction. And then we invite that little extra stretch by pressing on the ball of the foot. And then we go the opposite way by pushing on the top of the foot very gently. We're not forcing anything here, listening in to what your body needs. And then you might need to make some adjustments here so that we can come into our stretch on the other side. Taking a lean forward if it feels right for you, otherwise sitting upright, maybe you're supporting this knee, whatever feels good for you in your body. Really listen in here. You might find you're a little bit more mobile in your pelvis than you were pre-pregnancy. So let's be super mindful of that we don't push ourselves to the point of pain. Staying with the breath. Slowly coming back to the center. Let's bring that leg down, extend it out in front of us, make any adjustments we need, and then we take that little hinge forward. Long through the spine. We don't want any pressure or pain here. Trying to keep that length so that the breath can flow freely. And then coming back to the center. We're going to stand up now and move to the back of the chair. So bring yourself up to standing in a way that feels safe for you. Then you are going to come round to the back of your chair. And we're going to take a little bit of strength work into the legs. So making sure that your chair is secure and that it's not going to tip or go anywhere. You might want to put it against a wall. Just make sure whatever you're using, you're not at any risk of being hurt. Take the feet back and we're just going to pedal through the feet. So I've got a little bit of a lean on the chair, but I'm not leaning my weight back on it so that it would tip over. I'm actually pressing more down and forward. I'm fully supported on my own feet, so I'm keeping myself and baby safe. Let's go for 4 more. 1, nice little stretch. 3, 4. Good, well done. I'm going to step one leg forward, take this one a little further back. And again, that same motion of pressing forward. So I'm also getting a bit of work into the upper back here. Making sure that I'm not walking on a tightrope here with one foot directly behind the other. I've got a little bit of space, so I've got that support in the pelvis. Breathing in, relax the pelvic floor. Breathing out, lift and squeeze. Breathing in, relax the pelvic floor. Breathing out, lift and squeeze. Good, well done. We'll come back to the center. I'm going to change to the other side. So let's take the opposite leg back again, making sure we've got that supportive base that we need. Think about elbow pits forward as we come into our adapted warrior. And we're breathing here. Let's get a bit of work into the pelvic floor. So we inhale, relax. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, relax. Exhale, lift and squeeze. And one more. Inhale, relax. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Good, well done. Stepping the feet all the way back this time. We're going to bring ourselves down so we can get a bit of a stretch into the chest and maybe into the low back. If you like, you can invite a little bit of movement here. We want to find length in the spine, soft through the backs of the knees, creating space. Can be really useful if you're trying to get baby to turn, if you've got a little limb stuck somewhere that you want to move around. It can be really nice to do this. Also really good posture for labour. Let's find some stillness in the centre. We're going to walk one hand to one edge of the chair and then take the other one over on top. So we're getting a bit of a stretch down into the opposite side here. We breathe here, we keep the spine long, mindful not to really curve through the back. Coming back through the centre, let's go to the other side. Well done, coming through the centre. Let's walk the feet in towards the chair to come and stand tall again. We'll just take an inhale here and really open the chest. Maybe lift the chest up towards the ceiling and then exhale, bring the hands down. Taking one final posture before we come into our rest. We're going to come down into a deep squat. Now, it's completely fine if the heels come off the floor here. If this feels too much, feels too intense, take the feet a little bit wider and work within a higher range that feels better for you in your pelvis. So completely up to you which level you want to be at. Please listen into your own energy, really super important. And we're just going to sway from side to side, offering up stretch into the pelvic floor, helping the adductors, the inner thighs to relax. And then pressing into the feet if it feels okay. We're going to stand all the way up. Nice, well done. Okay, let's come back to the chair just to finish off. So bring yourself down, find a comfortable seat. Bring yourself right in this time so you can get a bit of support from the back of the chair if it feels good. Shuffle around as much as you need to get comfortable. And then softly close your eyes. Let's come back to the breath. Inviting rest into the body. Inviting stillness, clarity, peace. Bring your hands onto your belly. Noticing the rise and fall of your breath if you can feel it. Maybe you can feel baby moving. Let's take this time to connect. If thoughts or distractions, anxieties, worries come into the mind, just notice them and then let them go. And continually come back to this connection you have with your baby through your hands. Imagine the little life that's inside of you. In whatever way that feels right, cultivate this connection between you both. And know that you can come back here when things get overwhelming, when you feel distracted, when you feel worried, when you're getting so much conflicting advice. Know that you can come back, connect with yourself, connect with your baby, and experience this moment together. We'll gently bring our awareness back to the room. Bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. Give your bump one last squeeze. Bring your hands to your lap and softly open your eyes. We'll close our practice by taking an inhale all together. Bring your hands all the way up. Gather up everything you need. Bring your hands down past your eyes and into your heart. Take a moment to channel gratitude for showing up here today, for this experience and opportunity, and for the exciting future that lies ahead. Bow your head to your hands, and then open your eyes. Thank you.